Human rights don't apply to you. Civil rights don't apply to you. You under the slave codes. And if they didn't tell them how to treat a slave, we got inmates that's been fighting for years about cruel and unusual punishment conditions in prison, and they telling the truth, and the courts don't want to hear it. You got convicted of a crime, you live how you live, but we gonna put you where we put you. Every other country around the world have a better system to deal with criminality than this system that we using now, and we refuse to accept any other system than the one we have now because we got too much free labor.
Yeah.
Slavery is the heartbeat of America, and most people don't know they slaves, even if they making $40 an hour.
Damn.
Even if they sign to the NBA, NFL, they are slaves.
Young Dog put a CD out called Rich Slave. Rich Slave. That's cold right there.
Somebody wrote a book called $100 Million Slave about the athletes. Wow. See, they got so many restrictions in their contract that they got to abide by in order to get the money that they so hardly work for.
Mm-hmm.
Why can they pay a basketball player a $80 million contract
mm-hmm.
for a 3-year deal? How can they pay 5 different players on the team similar contracts?
Right.
And they can't afford to pay teachers better.
Right.
They can't afford to pay EMS better.
Dang, bro, you talking?
They deserve it. Right? Just as much as the athletes, but the value of the entertainment industry surpasses the value of those critical services industries like education and medicine. First responders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about funding the police, but we can do more for the fire department.
That's right.
Fire department ain't got a history of screwing us over. I never heard an After Fire Department song yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they gonna run in the burning building to save my cat, they should at least be compensated for it.
Right.
Properly compensated, not, you have a lot of these major corporations doing profit sharing with the company employees, right?
Right.
But they don't want to give them all of the benefits they deserve. They fight them tooth and nail for any concessions to the worker. The company don't want to give them nothing.
Right.
And if they negotiating committee not strong, the company gonna take stuff from them and force them to make concessions. Then they're gonna lose the chess game. When you got a third party arguing for what you already know, like the people that work on the factory floors know the dangers of the factory better than the people they hire to negotiate their contracts. Why are you hiring these goofies?
Right.
If you know that if this machine don't get these parts, this cover put on it, somebody gonna die in there, and you trying to tell these fools and they don't want to hear it because they don't even know what the factory floor look like.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even be negotiating your terms and conditions. They have no vested interest.
Right.
Their vested interest is in their personal gain. When you look at the company have the resource to give excessive amounts of bribe money to the third party that the unionized workforce, if they understood what was going on, would be able to match. But they can't match it because they don't know this secret squirrel crap going on behind the scenes where they passing envelopes with hundreds and hundreds of dollars in it. under the table. They giving people duffel bags full of money under the table.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us this concession this time. In the auto industry, where I came from, when I left because I was trying to warn my coworkers of they being investigated for taking bribes. You can go look this up. Then we negotiating a contract with people doing the negotiations under criminal investigation.
Man.
How in the hell, where is their appearance of propriety? That's not coming to the table in good faith. And if they was taking the bribes, who was the bribes benefiting, the company or the worker? The worker wasn't giving them the bribes, so they couldn't have been receiving the proper benefit. So how many concessions was made in this manner over the years that caused the worker to lose out hundreds of dollars an hour in wage increases over the years?
Yeah, that's facts.
Right? Minimum wage has outstripped the wage of upper middle class auto workers.
That was the plan too.
When the minimum wage was $1 something an hour, auto workers had negotiated a $20 an hour cap on their contracts. Auto workers is still, the average auto worker is under $30 an hour. The minimum wage is all the way up to like $12 an hour now.
Damn.
The inflation increase and the wage increase from those at the top and at the bottom of the middle and lower class, the bottom is catching up to the top too fast, when it should be the other way around. If you want to keep these people properly paid, then minimum wage should be a minimum percentage of the highest paid worker in the company.
Right. That makes sense.
So if you come in to GM and the CEO making $65 million a year plus benefits, hell, you ought to be making about $60 to $80 an hour.
Damn, so do.
Nope, they don't do it like that. Even with the benefit of profit sharing, you still don't come out to more than about $35 to $40 an hour.
Damn.
They getting gypped. Right? The auto workers could have got anything they wanted if they knew when to ask at the right time. They should be making in let's say GM, the one I work for. I think that they max out hourly wage, max out at like $40-something an hour. They wage max out because the way you get your raises is that you get incremental raises over time, right? And right now, the people at the highest pay scale, they should be getting about $60 to $75 an hour compared to the people with less seniority. They not. Then, when people get hurt on the job, you got to fight too hard to get workers' comp. They know you got hurt on the job. They sent you to the hospital, and they want to give you all these hoops to jump through. And then they put delays on the pay to make you suffer while you off suffering. That's called compound suffering, right? So at that point, you should be able to get the company should provide you an Aflac card, because Aflac gonna pay your bills for you while they waiting to determine if they gonna give you workers' comp or not. Right? That's to offset the lost wages while you waiting and unable to pay for your lifestyle. Now we're going under the new system though. Ain't gonna be no credit system. So insurance gonna be different. most people are going to be in charge of their own labor insurance, health insurance, and other related insurances. But because when you find out how the insurance companies create insurance started with us. Most of us don't know it, but the policies was to pay the insurance policies off for the ones of us who deceased. They became known as the numbers.
Right.
So the way it used to work is if enough people spending a penny, right, on the policy, the number got a number that's in the policy you paying. Right, so you match the number up to the policy, you know when the payout come, who get what. Right, so the policy was how we, kept our wealth among the tribes. They took it and turned it into a super lotto, Mega Millions, lotto, lottery numbers, making billions of dollars a year, and they supposed to use a sizable portion of it for education, but the education department ain't seeing it in the sheer amount of money that they raking in versus what they paying them, what the payout is. They use the pretense of funding education to get it passed into law by the general public.
Damn.
Because they knew that if it wasn't the way for us to benefit from it, why would we vote for that? But what we didn't know, so we always got to bring the part we didn't know of. The reason all you did was took poker out of the casino where they can play poker digitally and make the payout remotely. That's all the lottery is. We used to use horse races to determine the trifecta, the 3 digits. Right? That was called the number runners or the running numbers. It's the horses. And that's how it became number running.
That's right.
Because they were putting numbers on the horses that was running the race. With the marathon continues. Right? And that's another thing. Remember, did we talk about Pope, the new Pope, getting the white horse?
No.
So everybody was like, oh, look, the pale white horse. In the book of Revelations, where you get this concept from, the pale horse and the white horse is not the same horse. The pale horse is not white. It's like a grayish color. Right? Now, a frame of reference to understand what I'm talking about, the white horse is actually white. But the pale horse, if you go to the Clint Eastwood Pale Rider, you'll see what a pale horse looked like. And he was supposed to represent the death that rode on the pale horse in the movie, but he was a priest. No coincidences here. He was supposed to be the death that rode on the pale horse, but he was a priest and a gunslinger. So they telling you without telling you. The white horse, on the other hand, right? When you see Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London take a picture with the white horse. In the book of Revelations, it say the white horse was the conqueror and was given the power to conquer, and he went about conquering and to conquer. Right? But it's just like them chickens come home to roost, the horse returns to the stable. Most people don't know this. That's why cowboys notorious for getting drunk, and their horse got to ride them home. That's right.
Horse do that too.
Right? If you ain't from the South, you don't even know what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, my daddy horse just do that for him.
They talking about drunk driving. That's why they banned horses everywhere, because it wouldn't be no such thing as drunk driving, because the dude going out to drink, he wouldn't take his BMW. He'd take his horse so he could get sloppy drunk, get on his horse, and his horse going to take him home.
And it ain't against the law. In some states, you can ride a horse and get drunk. In some states.
Yeah. That's most of those are southern states, though.
Yep.
In the North, they got all of these new road regulations restricting horse and carriage movement. They can't do it in places where the Amish live. Because it would infringe on their constitutional right to stay to themselves. Right. So they won't do it in those places, but in places where ain't no Amish, oh yeah. And where they got cities like, you're not finna just be riding a horse on the side of the road.
Right.
Right. They had a dude, I saw some video somebody sent me last week. Guy was riding his horse home, to work, and the police stopped him and swerved at the horse, right? When man got done with him, the police had to apologize to him, and he said something about he wanted him to get a ticket for animal cruelty. Now I don't know if they wrote the ticket, but the guy that was riding the horse knew the laws of the area he was in well enough to know he could ride his horse to work. Most of us don't know it in the area we in, because you have firm restrictions in inner cities. That's to stop you from growing food in your front yard and raising animals in your backyard.
I just said it. Hey, Rod, I got one more question before we go to the next slide. Kind of like went over, like touched on it a little bit, but some people said, they said, ask this. Now, some people, a lot of people getting laid off, man. I think it's Amazon laid off a certain amount of people, 30,000 people. UPS laid off a whole bunch of guys. So a lot of guys getting a lot of jobs laying off now. Some people saying that they replacing them with AI robots, right? But they making it hard for these people to get unemployment. And they say, I've been working 15 years, never took a day off, this and that. And now y'all laying me off and I'm going to get in unemployment and y'all saying that y'all can't give it to me. They don't even want to give. So what are your take on the unemployment situation, or how they rejecting specifically? It seems like it's a lot of Nubians that's getting rejected from unemployment after they got laid off at these places.
Unemployment is labor insurance. It's insurance that pays you. You pay the premium in it out of your state and local taxes. It's the premium come out. But the problem is there's a veto right goes to the company you work for. They can veto your unemployment.
Yeah, that's there.
Okay, if they veto your unemployment, now you got to have a hearing. Remember earlier I was saying like you have to jump through all these hoops to get workers' comp.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with unemployment. In the union, a good solid union, and this is why I read about the workers' union and the UAW. When we got mass laid off in 2010, 2009, 2008, whatever it was, we got the mass layoff. They helped us all by doing a mass unemployment for all of the employments by using the company's number. And because we have this union, these people that understand how unemployment works, where you had other workers that was third party in the same plant, they don't have our representation. First of all, they weren't supposed to be there as third parties. They supposed to came in under UAW. But the company paid somebody to make it okay for them to bring in non-unionized local workers. They can be unionized where they at, but they can bring them in like temps, right, to work in the factories that unionized workforce. First of all, the OGs who fought in Flint in 8 beams, they not finna let you bring in no third party, because the union can do catering for lunches. But guess who? They got an outside caterer to come in and overcharge us for lunches. See, so the union that we have now don't understand why the unions from old fought so hard for all of the benefits that they fought for, and why they knew not to give the concessions to the company. Because it's the company is the same as the colonizer. You give them an inch and they want the whole cake. They not going.
Right.
They will try everything they can and fight you for the last crumb.
Right.
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 So we still have to deal with the unemployment agencies. But if you don't have a solid foundation to deal with them on, plus they're gonna be swamped. And that's gonna slow down the unemployment automatically. Now, unemployment is state by state. It's not national. So the states that had the highest unemployment rate is going to have the most difficult time paying out unemployment payments.
Hmm.
When they be issuing how much people are unemployed, they're not talking about people in the country. They're talking about how many people that's been working either are not working or are brought back to work. When they start talking about new jobs, they might create new jobs, but they're not counting the job. They counting the new workers that's entering into the job force for the first time. The teenagers. Right? So when they say we got this many new jobs, yeah, that's because y'all opened up 10 more McDonald's and hired all of these kids. So you can pay them minimum wage.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
That's why they cut chefs out at McDonald's. That was part of the cost-cutting original model, was to take out the chef. They don't need a chef.
Wow.
Because everything is standardized. Because it's standardized,
hitting the planet, and that's part of the Great Awakening, the speeding of the you know what I'm saying? So some people still asleep. So the Schumann resonance and the separation of the bots versus the people that's awoke. Could you go in on that?
So first off, everybody not gonna wake up. They're not supposed to.
Okay.
The only ones that's supposed to wake up is the ones that's supposed to be part of the new earth. The ones who don't wake up, some of them is gonna phase out of existence, and you're gonna forget they was ever here.
I can see that.
And then you got other ones who are considered the chaff. Somebody coming to get them, and it ain't me. They don't belong here, so they can't wake up. Some of them might be your family members that you dearly care about. You're not going to stop them from going with the people that's coming to get them, because they will fuck you up about trying to stop them.
Damn.
Literally. Right? So, you have to prepare yourself that you might see anything. No matter how crazy it might sound, you might see anything on the flip. Because when it flipped, stuff just started moving randomly in different places. It's just like if you suddenly shift the room that you're in, stuff gonna fall off the table. Right? But it's gonna happen in a metaphorical sense. Spiritual to physical, physical to spiritual. People gonna be seeing what they call spirits or ghosts, right? And they gonna be like, I thought that stuff was fake. Timelines will be bleeding into this one, and your ghost is bleeding in from the nearest timeline to you. They really not in your timeline,
right?
They just bleed. Imagery is bleeding through. And some of the empaths' empathy is so strong that they can actually communicate with them like they standing right here.
Yeah.
All that's part of the awakening. The Schumann resonance was what you asked me about. Ain't really. We talked about the solar flare that's going to trigger the Schumann resonance to alter the DNA.
Uh-huh.
The sun, the scientists have been warning us that the sun is on the verge of a major solar flare. And they've been letting off some pretty hefty winds, and they say that when the big solar flare comes, those are going to pale in comparison. So we've been feeling it. It's just going to intensify.
Hey, Rod. Speaking of mass awareness, and I saw this short where this guy was explaining the energy that they collect at football stadiums, the way they built in a bowl, and how people sit there and stare and shoot energy towards the players, right? And then I saw another clip where the dude Alex Collier, the dude that talk about the Andromedans all the time, he said that there is one dude that they brought on stage, and then he told him to hold his arms out, right? And then he tried to push him down, and then he couldn't push him. He said, "Well, stop me from pushing your arms down," and he couldn't push the dude's arms down. And then he turned to the crowd. It was about like 300 people in the crowd, and he said, "I want all of y'all in the crowd to think on one mind. And I want y'all to think and focus on this dude on the stage and think that he weak and that he can't stop me from pushing his arms down." And then so the dude put his arms up and did the same method, but he couldn't stop Alex Carter from pushing his arms down because everybody in the audience was focused on he weak. So could you go in on the collective mass awareness of everybody having the same type of mindset, like being that everybody's a lot of people are coming online about this elite, the dark, all these dark energies that been moving. Everybody's coming online about it. How does that affect them? Being that we are aware of their dirty, dark back, whatever all the stuff that they do.
Well, one thing, our awareness is our psychic self-defense at the beginning.
Okay, fire.
Right. As soon as you become aware that somebody is trying to do dirt to you, you can defend yourself.
Go ahead.
When somebody exposed the spells that's been placed on you, your spirit body begin to put things into motion to break you from under that spell. That's why we explain to you Kingu, Amen, and the George Washington Challenge in so much detail, hammering it home so hard because those were the main spells that was keeping us from the Great Awakening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So that means somebody was actively interfering with our awakening process that we normally go through in cycles. But somebody didn't want us to wake up this time.
Mm-hmm. 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 We got about you gotta get up out of here like by 9:45, 9:50, so we got about 13 minutes. I guess we'll take about 2 questions from the crowd. I got one more question for you. Somebody asked about mass awareness, the Schumann resonance. We already asked about all that, so pretty much like we got to cover. Oh yeah, insurance. So man, I feel like we've been getting frauded, like car insurance, all this insurance. They charge us like, oh, I'm paying $300 a month for, and I don't even get in a wreck, and then it's like for not even for full coverage. You know what I'm saying? So like the insurance companies with their fraud, I believe a lot of insurance companies commit fraud, man. Like it's a fraud. There's a lot of people coming out about it now. Since like like this new awakening. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, but do you know what the fraud is with the insurance company?
What is the fraud? Because I heard a lot of perspectives, but what you got on it?
When you open an insurance policy, you opening a what we call a whole life savings account, and from that savings account, they buy what they call investment bonds that mature on average every 20 years. Every time you get a new insurance policy, it's tied to the first one you ever opened. And so let's say you went through, I just started going over this with my brother, trying to just come back up.
Wow.
When you pay in insurance to, let's say you start off using Geico. It's your first insurance policy ever. They open up this account. right? It's a investment account, and it's made in your name using your social security number, and it's escrow. When you say escrow, you mean that it's for a period of time and for an allotted purpose, right? Until it meet the maximum amount that it was intended to meet, like a savings bond, it don't pay out. Now, you go from Geico, you open another insurance policy with Prudential because you got a better rate deal. They open up an account, but because you got one open from Geico, that would never close when you discontinue the service. They just stop collecting the dividend from you, right? The coupon.
Yeah.
Now you're giving your coupon to Prudential.
Damn.
Okay. Now Prudential open up another account, so Geico they can't take the money out of that account unless Prudential take the money out of this account. But now you got tired of their BS, so you go get your insurance through Allstate. Right? Now Allstate open up an account.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
Now Prudential can't get their money until Allstate get their money. They can't cash their account in unless Allstate cash in because they got what's called the current holding that triggered the other ones to release.
So everybody's still getting paid, even if you drop.
Everybody's still getting paid, but you.
Damn, boy, that's a robbery. Like in what?
A lot of time they either open up a 401k or a IRA or Roth IRA, and then they use CDs for dividend investment back into the IRA.
Damn.
So the IRA, let's say it's gonna cap out at $750,000. It's gonna take them about 6 months to make $750,000 off your initial account opening, because you will have a minimum that they can access, and when you pay your first premium. Right. So let's say your premium gonna be $20 a month. When you pay that first $20, now they automatically access, let's say, $10,000. Now, with that $10,000, they gonna buy interest dividend paying CDs. As they growing and maturing, when they get to a certain amount, they gonna kick out a payment. Right? Over a certain amount of time. Then it's going to cash in. It's automatic cash in when it matures. And it's going to go into the IRA that purchased the CDs, the securities. They call them securities. Yeah. But for where regular people could understand easier, I'm using the same stuff we would use, how they would use it. So the IRA is a retirement account.
Man, this
right. So the account that they open is like a retirement account. Now remember, all this is tied to your trust.
Yeah, the security
trust. Your security trust.
Yeah.
Right. And this is how they generating a positive cash flow on your losses.
Damn.
When enough of them are lost, that's called capital gains losses. You had a capital gain off losing a certain amount. A capital gain meaning that, okay, I got this insured through Brooks Brothers. Right? And if it don't pay out, if this many accounts don't pay out, they pay me in my insurance, they pay me the full value of what it was at the time of purchase.
Yeah.
That's how I cover my losses, by turning them into maximum gain losses. So So when you look at this, is what Merrill Lynch doing. Merrill Lynch got stock investments in every stock, right? So a sizable portion of stocks is going to always be down at the end of the day. And every day, Merrill Lynch is going to say, "This is a capital gains cash in, baby. I lost this much on this many stocks." It's a number that they pick. It's like playing the numbers. You know, it's this many companies are on this much percent, right, through investments. Now, when you go to Merrill Lynch, you tell Merrill Lynch, "I want to put my investment in gold." They're not going to let you do it.
Right.
They're going to tell you to invest with a gold investor. Let that sink in.
Damn.
Now, when the old man Bush go in there, he said, "I want to convert all my fiat into gold." And they'll be like, "Okay, what do you want to deliver?" That show you the difference in the levels of respect we get.
Dang. That's cold, bro. Hey, y'all, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, because Chief got to get out of here at 10. Hey, y'all, show him some love on the class. Y'all know how we do it. We keep Chief good. We got his Cash App and PayPal for you if you don't got the Cash App for my people over in London. Shout out London, man. London be looking out. So if y'all want to show him some love, we got the Cash App and PayPal on the screen. Somebody's shout out that boy Snake for the super chat. Somebody said spontaneous pregnancy and can impregnate women. Demon, I guess.
Succubus is the sexual harassing spirit. The spontaneous pregnancy is called parthenogenesis. A woman can do it consciously or unconsciously. They used to do it often, not so much no more, because they was told by the system they can't do it. So only like a handful of them has been recorded over the past like couple hundred years, because the women are convinced that they can't spontaneous reproduce. The only reason you can't be impregnated by a succubus is because they have no seminal fluids to give you. They just an energy, a egregore, a thought form that is so dense in people supplying the energy that you can physically feel it. Who are the two knights on Big Mama's side of the chessboard? It depends on which chessboard you make a reference to. So, I don't really know how to answer that question and how that's related to what they asking me. So that would have been a conversational question, because I would have countered with other questions to find out more details of what they're trying to find out to give them the most accurate answer. That's kind of vague. That's just like, who the two knights on the chessboard? What chessboard? Who playing chess?
They saying like the rook. Like we know that one of the rooks is Jeff Fort. Jeff Fort, the rookie. And then I would say Larry's a Big Mama spokesman, the number one spokesman.
Yeah, that's a knight.
Yeah, right.
That's a knight. Knight is a soldier, generally, or a general of a contingent of the royal guard. The Blue House is the palace guard. They guard the inner court, the court guard. Mm-hmm. The Red House, they guard the perimeter guard, the rooks, the towers, the castle. The towers on the chessboard is the rook.
Yeah.
The rook is standing on the L. But the knights move in the L and the rooks move front, back, side to side. Right. So when you're looking at who's been taking all these L's, shit. Me and Larry. right? But all these zeros flip to sevens when you find out that I am number seven. Seven kings of Israel, right? And the final king comes. And it's also the seven spirits of the Orisha, right? And the final Orisha comes, the Ogun, to settle the score, you know. And depending on what tradition you're in, how it's described, but the energy signature is the same. The one that takes the position of the night is the one who's in charge of protecting the inner guard, the inner house, the closest ones to Big Mama, and Big Papa. Then you have the outer guard, the ones who govern the whole of the land, the Red House, what we would call in modern terms Wiccans.
Yep.
So what it mean they supposed to be governing the land as our Sharif. But when they keep coming over here switching the culture up, now we got cultural schizophrenia. We operate from all the cultures at the same time.
Right. It's a highlight.
Then they told us, the ones of us that naturally was doing what they doing is wrong, and then they turn around and do the exact same shit.
Right.
They stop us from doing it so they can do it.
Yeah.
Right. You used to didn't have to need a physical fishing license. You just go ask the elders of the tribe, can I fish this waterway?
Yeah.
And they'll tell you can fish for 7 days, son. Or you can fish for 2 days, son. They're gonna tell you. Right? And now somebody comes say something to you. I talk to who you talk to. I talk to Big Papa. Where you at? Where you see him at? Right? You say you okay, I describe the house, I'm gonna describe Big Mama, Big Papa, I'm gonna describe Big Papa Bo. You're gonna know his dog when I tell you the dog name. That was your license.
Right.
Be not out of place on the land. So ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you because the people on the land gonna be watching you because you knew.
Yeah.
You know, damn fishing license, hunting license. Yeah, what the fuck I look like I need a hunting license? A license to hunt? If I'm finna feed my family, I'm going to shoot that deer.
Right.
I don't care what you say about no license.
Right.
I need a doe tag. When you come to my neighborhood, I don't tell you you need a hoe tag.
They got that bad. They license. What I heard somebody say, they wanted to monetize everything that we do.
I've been telling you that. Everything we naturally did, they monetize it. They stop us from doing it and monetize it, and then we need licenses to do it.
Yeah.
Even they hijacked all of our natural celebrations and imposed their interpretations on top of our days.
Right.
Right? Everybody think Thanksgiving is a Christian holiday. Got nothing to do with no Christianity at all, nowhere, at no time.
Facts.
And the colonizers was invited to Thanksgiving dinner. They wasn't having Thanksgiving dinner. We don't remember that shit because we following the narrative that the colonizers gave us.
Right.
We was already having Thanksgiving dinner when the colonizers were starving.
Yep.
And what you do, Mama said, don't let nobody come in my house and starve to death. It gonna happen.
Right.
Now you feed their ass and send them on back their merry way.
Right. That's fire.
And then what happened on Black Friday? Pequot Massacre. Go look it up. I'm not making it up. So you think about us as a people and how we naturally behave, and then you can see how they was able to massacre like they did. We started off, dinner time was in the high noon. Right?
Yep.
Then you had late dinner. Late dinner was rare. Late dinner was for celebration days like they do the winter solstice, the turkey harvest, and tomorrow is the pumpkin harvest.
Yeah. We out for 8 when the sun was high.
Right.
You know.
So we ate the late dinner. The late dinner primarily consisted of the turkey, because the turkey was the celebrational food for the new chief that was being recognized by Big Mama. This is why turkeys even got anything to do with Thanksgiving, right? But it's something in turkey called tryptophan. If you eat enough tryptophan, it's like taking a sleeping pill, right? Now you got to remember this: we smoke real good weed.
Yeah.
Right? We celebrating, so we smoking normally more weed than we normally smoke, and we drinking more alcohol than we normally drink. Now we singing, swinging, getting merry like Christmas into the wee morning hours, 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And slowly we start to go lay our head to rest. By 5 a.m. we all lay down. It's probably 1 or 2 people up still talking a little trash at the table. Them what we call them the holdouts. But by 5 a.m., the other people waking up because they done long since passed out before us. Right?
Yeah.
They see us all sleeping. What they do? Start killing us in our sleep. Black Friday.
Black Friday.
And that's what the whole discount, Black Friday discount, it's a discount massacre. They didn't have no casualties, only us. We should have fed them and sent them on their very way like Big Mama said. But took them a care package, left them where they was at. When that run out, you on your own, buddy. You either get back home to London, because you will not be living here in Jamestown. It's not going to happen. But we took them in and fed them.
Damn, bro.
One thing led to another. Here we are today, still fighting for the right to be recognized as the rightful heirs of the land. And we thought we was trying to be recognized as being human. Then we was trying to be recognized as being civil. And now we're waking up saying, wait a minute, I already had human rights. I had alienable God-given rights that supersede all your human rights.
Right.
Right? So these are irrevocable rights. Well, I don't have to negotiate these with you. And you come on, you do what you got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. It's not a right if you don't exercise it.
That's right. Stand for something or fall for anything.
Yeah. You don't got no rights until you exercise. This is why we use these public platforms to teach these classes, because everything that the chief say is notice to agent is notice to principal, and the time-stamped archival format for public notice to all clans on the tribe with no discrimination or segregation between the collective clans. Right? I don't care if you got a little whitewash through the invasion, and I don't care if you stayed chocolate after the invasion. All I care about is we want the invasion to cease and desist. And anybody that's down with it can get the same thing the invaders got.
Right.
Right? I don't care about no African people being over here. They ain't doing nothing to me directly. Right? Just get out our damn way while we get rid of them, the ones we don't want here. We've been associating with Africans long before Europe ever came to life and stepped on the world stage dealing with Africa, and Africa was right next door.
Hey, you know something?
Yeah.
Like, so, no, the African South African apartheid, when the Dutch invaded them, I saw pictures of them. Them Dutch people were blacker than black.
I've been trying to tell y'all this. This is what people ain't getting.
This they did them with black. They were black like this color right here, like blacker than the Africans look. The Africans next to them look. The Africans look like our color, but these guys, these Dutch that was standing over them while they was digging in the mines, they look this color, like black. The Dutch. So I'm saying the Dutch was dark like that. They really like everything you said.
They weren't the only ones. It was only a small group of paleface.
Go ahead.
There's probably only a couple million of them. But most of Europe was populated by native Europeans, descendants of what they call Cheddar Men. Right? Descendants of Europa, daughter of Isis, whose territory Europe was. So Europe, being named after Europa, she wasn't no pale face. Greece was assigned by the pharaoh to one of the daughters to settle around 400 BC. And this why it was something like 360 something BC that the first university was established in Crete. Then the hordes that came from Chaldea through around the Mediterranean to settle in and with the Etruscans. These was the ones that became Rome and wrote Latin. The Romance languages are the Latin languages, which mean they originate from Rome. The Greek language is not a Romance language. And this is why Russian is the derivative of Greek, but French is a derivative of Latin. And when you look, Russian letters look more like Greek alphabet than Spanish letters. Spanish letters look more like common English alphabet than they do like Greek alphabet. We use the same letter system with slightly different draw on the vowel system. So all these things is just being done to keep us under their thumb.
Right. Right. Everybody get up out here, Roy. It's 10 o'clock.
Mr. Cullen. Chief, I have been watching you.
Grateful. Thank you. You probably need to mute.
Okay, Sister Golden Hall. I don't know what happened to Cookie.
Chief, how you doing?
What's going on? How you doing?
Confirmation, my brother, confirmation.
All the time.
I'm good. I'm good. So good to see you, and thank you. Heartfelt thank you from me and Sister Frida, Divine Feminine Frida, and Sister Patolo. Heartfelt thank you. We love you. And I yield.
Sister Cookie, you're back.
I can't say enough that I'm so honored to be here this evening and meeting you. From the moment I heard your voice, I knew you were speaking truth. And if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been here and meeting Empress and the entire family. So gratitude.
Thank you.
Brother Nadeem.
Hey, Chief. Yeah, I just wanted to give you, infinite gratitude. And yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for you, it wouldn't have led me here. So, again, just much love, man. Infinite gratitude. I yield.
Thank you.
And we love you, Chief. Man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, man. You're the best cold cracker on this planet, man. Love it. And I yell.
Thank you, bro.
Sister Christina.
Greetings, Rod. I miss you. I love you. I'm absolutely abundantly grateful because, again, without you talking about the matriarchs and doing what we need to do, I wouldn't have been introduced to Miss Empress right here. So I am more than grateful. I love you.
Thank you, sweetie.
It must be my turn, huh? No. Love and light to
Well, there you
everyone.
go. What's
Um,
going on?
yeah, all is well. I've been following you though as well on Young Elder and Rich. Is it Rich? But yeah, I'm just excited to be here. Just working on myself, y'all. Just working on myself spiritually. Um, but it's just an honor to be here, even in you all's presence. Empress and Carlos, just everybody. I miss y'all. I miss y'all. But I'm minding my business. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, that part. I yield. I see you all when I see
Okay.
ya.
Brother Vital, you were ready to say something?
Rod, I appreciate your explanation when you were explaining things. Uh, you always give a different perspective. I mean, I'm a student. Oftentimes, I just sit back and I listen and absorb, and I allow it to give me time to reflect on what it is I heard. And when I do, it always seems to make sense because it's like I didn't think of it that way. So I'm glad to know that you are in the family, and I'm glad to be part of the family. So much love to you, brother. El do. Right on. Fight the power. Go get them. Dadgummit.
Jeez. So.
Rod and Empress Rarebird, this is Laverne in California. And I just want to say I really appreciate you too. I'm starting to see a little bit of what you're talking about of source God everywhere, like we're in part of a sentence that God is writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to learn more and be more aware of that. And I also want to really thank you for setting up that fund for Bobby Hemmett. I've been texting about that and wanting to see that happen a long time. I have been part of the Patreon for him for years, and I was upset that he wasn't getting that money. So I really do appreciate you looking out and in what you and I just be sitting up here with my mouth and eyes just open at what comes out of your mouth. It's like a straight funnel from God, and I really do appreciate you for that. And you do look tired, so I want you to get more rest. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.
And what's been happening, Rod, since my schedule has increased, that having them to send the money over to Bobby's Linda's sister. Because I just can't, get, my schedule won't permit me to like do all the stuff that I've done. And Linda, she has, she just, one of the offers that I had made, because I knew my schedule was not going to permit me to keep doing it all the time. So, I had offered them to come live with us so that I could keep more of a closer eye. But she decided at the last minute we got everything together.
I remember.
yeah. So, but the money is going to her sister, and given to them that way. Since I'm not really going over doing any much of anything anymore.
Okay, so I got to do I want to do a little short to tell people how to donate because it goes directly to them at that point, right?
Yes, it goes directly to them. Well, it goes directly to her sister. And that's what we've been making the announcements, that to send the donations to that and not to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So long as he have the option to put who he want in charge of it, that's all we care about because he can have some say about what's coming in for him as opposed to people using his name to make money and he don't never see a dime of it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that we did was we made sure that we took the monies and bought the good food, and because where they live at, they don't have access to good grocery stores at all. So and they do the best that they can with what they have. But the one thing that I did, I bought the food and prepared it and then took it over there. And the juice would last for a week, and then I would come back the next week and bring more juice. Buy the things that she's asked me to buy before I get there. So the money has been used very wisely. When we packed up all of his albums and all of his books and all of that stuff, we had to buy totes. Because he had so many, and we organized and made everything simple. Osiris and Monica's son went up in the attic, and they bought everything down that was in the attic that Linda wanted them to do that, and we packed all that up in the stuff that she wanted to be thrown away. We made sure that they were disposed of before we left. We've always I made sure that he had sheets and stuff, and every now and then I might be able to just stick my head in and bring something, but it won't be like it used to be because, like I said, my schedule won't allow me to do so.
But we know that you're gonna be pulled on from 1,000 different directions. So as long as he have a means where we can get stuff to him like you got set up now, we go through his sister-in-law, and we know that that's a approved way to get right. That's an approved outlet to get donations to him. That helps a lot.
If you would, Bridget or someone, to send that to Chief, that information, so that he can also display that on wherever he goes, and everybody else to do the same, to make sure the monies are going to that 202 number for him. Okay, so if you could get that to Chief, that would be great. And I'll make sure you get his number so that you can do that. Chief, have you taken a look at our new website that Christina and Bridget have, along with other folks? I don't know whoever else. So please, if I did not call your name, please call your name so I can recognize you. But if you would, please share your screen, and let's give my son Chief a tour of what you lovely ladies have done for the nation thus far, and also send that link to him so that he can share with everyone else as well.
Sister Bridget, are you going to pull that up, or you need me to?
Pulling it up now. This one.
Send your brother home now. You gonna smack y'all sisters around now.
I know
I know it's with love. I know it's with love, so I definitely take it.
You're lucky the whole camera can't see me, or else I'd jump up and spin around in a circle.
Yeah.
Look what I can do. I know how to do some stuff. That was amazing, though. That website is amazing. It's like that took a minute.
It is. So, son, you see what we've been doing. We've been busy, and
I wasn't worried about it, Empress. I know what you was doing. You ain't look, it's just other people that's on the outside think they know stuff. And you know what it is when people assume.
Yeah.
Right. That's not, I know what you was doing. We can't always do the same thing at the same time. If everybody did the same thing at the same time, we wouldn't get nowhere.
No.
Sometimes I gotta take the low ground while you take the high ground. Sometimes I gotta take the high ground while you take the low ground. But one thing that got to be done is the whole job got to get done, not just part.
Yeah.
And we can't always be on the same part of the job because we got different stuff to do.
Yeah.
And then it's also to let